to another video. We're back. It's been a while because the Rotherham game got postponed. I'm still annoyed. We're back with championship predictions. It's game week 13. Griff Dad, they've heard you now. Griff Dad, you're here. Hello. Why are you sitting so? What is that on your hat? All right, we're gonna play a little game. Here we go. Oh, hey, hey, Griff Dad's here. What is the hat about?
That's a fun game.
It is championship predictions. I think it's game week 13. Before we get into this one, we're going to go through the scores from last week. We had Ant all the way from Mexico, and this is how the scores went, Dad. I got 11 points.
That's not bad.
You got 11 points as well.
That's good.
And Ant got 8 points, so we both beat Ant.
Oh, that's a loser.
A loser. So the scores at the moment, I'm on 102 points now. You're on 97.
Okay, close.
And the guests are on 92, so it is all still to play for. We've got a load of other games to predict now. Midweek fixtures, Dad, and honestly, the amount of filming we have to do for this series is unbelievable. So please smash the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Griff, Dad, the first game. Before we get into the first game, the guest this week, Dad, is Robins on tour. He's a Bristol City fan, and Ipswich are playing Bristol.
That's good.
Game week 13 championship predictions, a full set of midweek fixtures. Let's get in Tuesday's game.
Right then, the first game is Huddersfield versus Cardiff. For me, Huddersfield are starting to hit form. They didn't play very well against QPR under Darren Moore. However, they got the win. They won 2-1. I think they're going to beat Cardiff, Dad. 2-1. Again, another win.
I think Huddersfield are at home. I've got Huddersfield 2, Cardiff 1.
Same as me.
Yep.
It's a great start, Dad. You're copying me already.
Kicking off Tuesday's fixtures then, we're starting with that Huddersfield hosting Cardiff. Huddersfield coming up the back of a 2-1 home win against QPR on Saturday. They haven't lost at home since the end of August. Cardiff, on the other hand, no win in 3, coming off the back of a 1-0 away loss at Blackburn. It's going to be a close one, tough game for both sides. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw.
The next game is Millwall versus Blackburn. This one is big. Millwall, I think, are going to win this one. They're at home. Their fans are going to drive them on to get a win. It's going to be 2-1 to Millwall.
I'll say 2-1 to Millwall.
Next up then, we're heading down to the capital, Millwall taking on Blackburn. Millwall's first home game since the sacking of Gary Rowett, coming off the back of a 1-1 draw at Preston, coming back from an early goal there. Blackburn, on the other hand, mixed run of form, 2 wins in their last 2. Last away game was in the capital, a 4-0 away win at QPR. It's going to be close, but I think Blackburn might just edge it. I'm going to go 2-1 to the away side.
Right, the next game is Norwich versus Middlesbrough. Let's just. Can I just quickly say something, Dad? What was the Norwich score when they last played? What was their last score?
3-2.
They lost to Leeds. I predicted Norwich to lose 3-2 to Leeds. Yeah, I did do well. Literally, I'm so good at this. I'm so good at these predictions.
I said Leeds were going to win 4-0.
And for me, Dad, Norwich are going to lose again. They're going to lose again. Middlesbrough are going to go away to Carrow Road and they're going to beat the Budgies.
Carrot Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, Norwich are at Carrot Road, but I still think Middlesbrough will be too strong. Middlesbrough have won their last 5 games.
Yeah.
So I'm going for Middlesbrough 2, Norwich 1.
I'm going Norwich 0, Middlesbrough 2.
Next up then, Norwich at home to Middlesbrough. Norwich bottling a 2-0 lead against Leeds on Saturday. They ended up losing that one 3-2. Middlesbrough, on the other hand, they came in with all 3 points on Saturday, but needed a late goal to beat Birmingham at the Riverside. I think Middlesbrough are going to come away with all 3 points once again on Tuesday night. They haven't conceded in any of their last 3, and I think they're going to keep up that form on Tuesday. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to the visitors.
The next game is Swansea. The next game... Can you stop scruffling your paper? The next game is Swansea versus Watford, and for me, Dad, every weekend there's always a 0-0 in there, and this one for me, it's going to be 0-0. I predicted West Brom Plymouth 0-0, and their last game was 0-0. For me, I've got a funny feeling this one will be 0-0. Swansea 0, Watford 0.
I've gone Swansea 2, Watford 1.
Next up then, heading to South Wales, Swansea hosting Watford on Tuesday night. Swansea coming off the back of a good run of recent form, even though they did lose 3-1 at home to Leicester on Saturday. Watford, they've started the season poor. They've been very poor over the last few weeks. They have not won away from home all season, and I don't think that's going to change on Tuesday. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Swansea.
Okay, we can move on to the next game. Leicester City versus Sunderland. This one is probably the biggest game of the weekend. One of the biggest fixtures of the weekend. As an Ipswich Town fan, we're really hoping Sunderland do a job for us and Leicester lose. But to be honest, Dad, I'm going to be completely honest. Leicester are too strong. I've said this in every video. Leicester are too strong. They're scoring lots of goals. They're going to beat Sunderland 2-0.
I've gone Leicester 2, Sunderland 1.
I think Leicester will win this league, Dad. I really do.
Yeah, I think they will. Mind you, Leeds are coming up, aren't they?
Leeds are starting to do very well as well, yeah.
Next up then, 8 o'clock on Tuesday night. It's one of the best teams in the league, if not the best team in the league. Leicester taking on Sunderland at the King Power Stadium. Leicester don't really need much introduction. They've only lost once all season. They're probably the best side in the league. Comfortable, sitting top of the table. Sunderland, 2 losses from their last 2. However, they still just about sit inside the top 6. However, I think they could drop out of the top 6 on Tuesday. I reckon they're going to lose 3-1 to Leicester.
And the next game is West Brom versus QPR. This one is going to be an easy win for West Brom. 3-0 to West Brom.
I've gone 3-0 to West Brom.
No, you haven't. Do you see your sheet? Oh my God, you actually have.
In Tuesday's games then, we've got West Brom at home to QPR. I think it's going to be a close game. West Brom have had a mixture of form so far this season. QPR on the other hand, had a very poor start to the season. I think it's going to be low scoring, but I think West Brom might just edge it. I'm going to go 1-0.
The next game is Birmingham City versus Hull City. Birmingham recently appointed Wayne Rooney as their manager. What do we think of that?
I think that's good, yeah. Hopefully they'll be playing better, getting better results. So what's this game for?
You got to make me like a fish.
I've gone Birmingham 3, Hull 1.
Okay, I have gone Birmingham City 1, Hull City 1.
Then into Wednesday's games then, we're kicking off with Birmingham at home to Hull City. It's Wayne Rooney's first home game at St Andrews. They conceded late on Saturday to lose at Middlesbrough. However, they haven't lost at home yet this season. Hull sat mid-table. They've had mixed run of form so far this season. It's going to be a very close game. I think it's going to be a good game of football, but I think Birmingham might just come out on top 2-1. I think the home form might just do it for the Blues on Wednesday.
And the next game is the big one. It's Bristol City versus Ipswich Town. This one is huge. Obviously, we haven't played now for 2 weeks because our last game got postponed and there's been an international break. So I'm really excited to get back to the football. But for me, Bristol City on a Wednesday night, it's going to be a hell of a journey. And I am going to be there.
No floods.
I hope there's no floods. I really do. Because if it gets postponed again, I am going to riot. Dad, what are we thinking?
Ipswich 3-0.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to win?
Yeah,
Why?
3-0. Well, we're just too good. Too strong, aren't we? Playing really well. Exciting football.
We are. We're playing very exciting football, and I think I've spoke to quite a few Bristol City... Can you shut up with this bit of paper, man? I have spoke to a few Bristol City fans, and they also think Ipswich should win this game. I'm going Bristol City 1. I think we will concede. Ipswich Town 2. We're going to win this one 2-1. Come on, you Blues. Come on.
Me, then.
Next up then, it's the big one. Bristol City taking on Alex's Ipswich Town. It's going to be a very tough game for City, to be honest. I'm not looking forward to it. Ipswich, probably one of the most informed teams in the EFL at the moment. It's going to be close. I think Ipswich could easily come away with all 3 points, but I'm going to have to back City to come away with a point. I'm going to go for a high scoring 2-2 draw, but if I'm being honest, I could see Ipswich coming away with all 3 points, but I'll go for 2-2.
The next game is Plymouth versus Sheffield Wednesday. 2 teams that got promoted last season from League One. This is going to be a very, very interesting game. Plymouth haven't picked up many points in their last few games, so they're going to be looking to get back to winning ways, especially back at home park. They're at home. They've got really good fans, so realistically, Plymouth should win this game. But Sheffield Wednesday have appointed a new manager recently. They lost their first game.
Roll.
They need to start rolling in some points.
Yeah, they do need to get some rolls in, don't they?
Roll.
Rolls.
I made no. For me, it's going to be a 2-2 draw. I think Wednesday will get a point in this game.
I've gone Plymouth 3, Sheffield 0.
Next up then, we're going to the South Coast. There's 2 of the teams that were promoted from League One last season. Plymouth hosting Sheffield Wednesday. Plymouth been poor in recent weeks, but have shown bright sparks so far this season. same can't be said for Sheffield Wednesday. They're still looking for their first win of the season, and I don't see it coming on Wednesday night. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Plymouth.
And the next game is Preston versus Southampton. Southampton's last game, Dad. Let's talk about those limbs, because they scored in the 96th minute to win against Hull City. That was incredible. For me in this game, I think Southampton are starting to hit their form again. They're starting to do really well. I wouldn't be surprised if Southampton got top 6. They're good enough to. For me, Dad, it's going to be Preston 1, Southampton 3.
I'll go on Preston 1, Southampton 2.
And then back up north, then we've got Preston taking on Southampton on Wednesday night. Preston have probably been the surprise team so far in the Championship. Started the season very well. We're up there in automatic promotion for the first few weeks alongside Leicester. However, they've slipped off over the past few weeks, coming off a run of losses. Southampton, on the other hand, they're starting to hit form, starting to string together a couple of good results. I think it's going to be close. It's 4th versus 5th, and I think it's going to be a stalemate. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Okay, the penultimate game is Rotherham versus Coventry. Should we talk about Rotherham, or do you reckon it's still flooded?
They've probably still got the boats out.
It looks like games are starting to go ahead again. Rotherham will be back in action against Coventry. For me, Dad, Coventry have got to start picking up points, and they're going to in this game. It's going to be Rotherham 1, Coventry 2.
I'll go on Coventry 3, Rotherham 1.
Rotherham versus Coventry then. Rotherham didn't play this weekend. They were supposed to play Ipswich, but obviously that got postponed due to the weather. Coventry, they travelled down to Ashton Gate on Saturday. They had trouble in the final third, but if I'm being completely honest, we're probably the better side. I think if they can, sort out getting that final pass right in the final third, they should have no problems bringing away all 3 points against Rotherham. I think they might be able to do that if the game goes ahead, of course. I'm going for a 2-0 Coventry win. And
the final game is Stoke City versus Leeds United. Leeds United playing some very, very nice football, and right now I love Leeds because they beat Norwich 3-2, and they got me 3 points for last week. So
yeah, you've done well. Good prediction that was. I've gone 4-0 all over it.
You've copied me.
Haven't.
I've gone for a 4-0 Leeds win as well.
Oh yeah, okay, same then.
Finally then, ending Wednesday's games, you've got Stoke versus Leeds. Stoke, they've had a poor start to the season, if I'm being honest. Currently sitting just above the relegation zone, but they will be looking to build on a good win last Saturday, beating Sunderland 2-1 at home. Leeds, on the other hand, be looking good over the last few weeks, and I think that run of wins will carry on. I think they'll come away 3-1 winners. Thanks for having me on, Alex. Looking forward to seeing you and Ipswich Town on Wednesday.
There we go then. That is it for the predictions this week. Thank you to Ben, Robins on Tour, for coming on.
Shall I have a go?
I'll leave Ben's channel in the description. I'm going to go for a little no look. Go on, you ready? Hey! Please smash that subscribe button. Please smash the like button. Bristol City away will be the next video. See you in the next one.